And what can I say? This beautiful, after seeing this beautiful performance by Mataji, who did this wonderful, wonderful Kathak dance. Everything was so perfect. I mean, when she was dancing, the stories, you could actually feel it. How many of you could feel it? So many hands raised. Wonderful that Mataji, I can't see her where she is. I can hear the guru, but I can't see her. But yeah, yes. Wonderful, wonderful Mataji, you brought all the pastimes of Krishna to life. Thank you very much for taking us there. And it is a hard act to follow. Because obviously when she was dancing, all of us were engrossed. And then, you know, giving a class sometimes can be a little bit dry. But this is also important. It's important to understand the reason why we are celebrating Janmashtami. What is Janmashtami? So before I start, I'll just recite some prayers. Some of you may know it, you can recite with me. If you don't know, the sound vibration itself is great. Right? Om Ajnanatirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksharam Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Nanda Radhakanta Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Devaja Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So just to set the scene, we will start with one beautiful verse from the Bhagavatam. And what we will do is, I will recite one line and maybe all of you can repeat, just to get into the mood of welcoming Krishna, you know, thinking about Janmashtami, about his birth and his appearance. This verse is recited by Queen Kunti, and it's quite easy, so I'm sure you all will be able to recite. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Do it again. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So the Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Krishna's glorious, we say birth, but appearance. Because the Supreme Lord does not take birth. He just appears in various incarnations, right? Various avatars. He comes on this earth, on this material world, in this material world, Krishna comes. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, and this is a very famous verse. Most of you may know this verse. So if you do know this verse, you can recite with me, because I'm sure most of you may know this verse. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhutyam dharmasya. Most of you know the verse. How many of you you growing up in India was watching Mahabharata? So many of you. Is that where we learned this verse? Exactly. Many of us learned the verse there. But, and again, be honest. Many of us heard the verse when we were growing up, learned the verse. How many of us actually understood what the meaning of Krishna's appearance is for us? How many of us went deeper or thought about it? Anybody? Maybe a few? One I can see, two. Yeah. So sometimes what is readily available for us, we don't take to it. We don't have the value of it. So today what we'll do is we will try and understand the value and the importance of this aspect that Krishna is appearing, of Janmashtami. Let us actually try and go a little bit deeper to understand what actually Janmashtami means for each and every one of us. Overall, yes, we know we are celebrating the birth of Krishna. But what our acharyas are telling us, how we can go deeper to understand what Janmashtami means. Okay? So, just before we go into the actual, we have a brief background. So, we all know Devaki and Vasudev got married. Devaki is Kamsa's sister, correct? Devaki and Vasudev got married, and Kamsa was so happy on that day. He was jubilant, he was happy in his sister's happiness, and he offered to become the carriage driver. He himself offered, I want to take you to your marital home. Please let me become your chariot driver. Right? And so, it so happened that Devaki and Vasudev are sitting, Kamsa is driving the chariot, he is very happy, very excited, along with this whole, this team, the wedding party going back after the marriage ceremony. He's taking them, and suddenly what happens? Suddenly, there's this loud voice from the sky. And what does it say? Kamsa, you're a fool. You're such a fool. You are taking Devaki and Vasudev, of whom the eighth child will be the bearer of your end of life, of your death. The eighth child of Devaki and Vasudev will kill you. Are you not aware of that? You are such a fool. You are carrying the parents of your murderer. And what happens immediately? Immediately the mood changes. Immediately the mood changes. Here there was celebrations, everybody dancing and singing. Kamsa is so happy, he's taking his sister. He's taking his sister to her marital home. He's respectful of Vasudev. Such a wonderful person, Vasudev. Suddenly the mood changes. Actually, Kamsa, or his change in mood, shows how a person who is completely attached to material enjoyment behaves. As soon as there is some kind of obstruction, wherein there is some problem where we can't live the life that we want to, we start getting angry. How many of us behave like that? Some of us are not raising our hands. My hands will go right up, 2 hands. All of us do that, isn't it? The moment there is a dampener in our plans, we are upset. We could be upset with, our siblings, parents, friends, or, in the larger scheme of things, society, government, and it goes on to the Lord. You blame the Lord. Why are you doing this? Why is this happening to you? So this Kamsa mentality is in each and every one of us. We may look in the mirror and say, oh, I am such a nice person, a pious person, I don't think like that, I have no envy, I have no problems, no anger. But the Kamsa mentality is in each and every one of us. And that's exactly what happened. Here he was offering such love, so much respect to his wife and to his sister and his brother-in-law, and suddenly he changed. And what happened? He got hold of Devaki's hair and he started pulling her. He got his sword out and he was planning to chop her head off. Imagine this poor little lady just got married, this young girl. In those days, they were girls. They were not as in today's day and age. Of course, ladies get married at a much bigger age. This innocent lady, she didn't know what to do. What do you do in face of such a situation? What can you do except for praying? So she was praying to the Lord. She was praying. What is going on? What is happening? She didn't know. Imagine suddenly you're met with something like this. You don't even know how to react. Correct? And at that time, what did Vasudeva do? Vasudeva used his intelligence to speak to Kamsa, to pray to him, to beg to him, please Kamsa, don't kill her. This is your sister. She has just got married. You were so happy with the marriage. You were so excited about it. What are you doing now? He tried to first, pull at the heartstrings of Kamsa. Then maybe he will have some compassion. When that didn't work, he thought maybe let me use some intelligence. So he said to Kamsa, think about this. You are a Kshatriya warrior. Imagine if people hear that you have heard a simple lady who was she's not a warrior, she's not a Kshatriya, she doesn't have any weapons, she's not any risk to you, and you are going to kill her. Imagine what will happen. What will the world say? Think about this. Even that didn't work. Kamsa, just thinking about his forthcoming death, did not want to think of anything else, did not want to understand anything at all. Many times we do the same thing. When we are hell-bent on achieving something, we don't care what is right and what is wrong. We just know this is our goal, this is my focus, this is what I want. So Kamsa was behaving exactly like that. Finally, Vasudeva made a promise. And what was that promise? He promised that every child that is born of the womb of Devaki, I will bring that child to you. This is my promise. Now Kamsa thought for a moment. He knew that Vasudeva is a man of his words. He is a righteous man. He knew that he is not lying and that he will fulfill his promise. So finally he spared Devaki. Correct? And then he put them in the prison house. Now the question is, many of us have this question. When Devaki and Vasudeva knew the fate of their children, why were they having children? Why did they have so many children? One after the other. The first child, the second child, the third child, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. What did Kamsa do? Right in front of their eyes, he took the child and he smashed them against a hard rock and killed them right away. Imagine for a mother to see something like this. Many of you here are mothers. A mother's heart beats for the child. So does the father actually. Many times we neglect the role of the father. But it's equal, both the mother and father. Can you imagine what Devaki and Vasudeva are going through? And the question some of us who don't understand, who don't know the deeper meaning may ask, why did they allow this? Why have children? Don't have children. So, that's what we are going to understand today. Okay? So, our Acharyas, wonderful, wonderful, great Vaishnava scholars like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Sridhar Swami say that the 6 sons of Devaki, there are hidden past stories and we will go into those past stories also. But these 6 sons actually represent 6 anarthas. What are those anarthas? Does everybody understand what anarthas are? What is anartha? Sorry? mistakes. What else? Anybody? Anarthas? Bad qualities. Bad things that we have in us. Krishna will not make his appearance where there are anarthas or bad qualities. Right? The Bhagavatam, the Gita, and all our scriptures talk about 6 anarthas. And what are those 6 anarthas? Okay? So those 6 anarthas are Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobh, Mad and Matsara. So in English we speak because these are Sanskrit terms. It's important to sometimes know the Sanskrit terms or at least hear them. So they are lust, anger, greed, envy, pride and illusion. So these 6 sons of Devaki represent these 6 anarthas. Now of course there is a backstory why these 6 sons were born of Devaki, who is a devotee of the Lord. And we won't go into too much detail of the backstory, but I'll give you a touch of it so that if you are all inquisitive, it will actually make you think, okay, let me do some research, let me find out about this. So Kamsa, in his past life, was Kalaneni. These 6 sons were born of Marichi. Marichi also represents the mind. So see how the acharyas are talking about these anarthas come out of our mind. Correct? So they were cursed that they will be killed by their father. So Kamsa, who was Kalaneni, these 6 sons at one point were also the sons of Kalaneni. They were asuras. And so they had this curse that they will be killed by Kamsa. And that is why they had to take birth, be killed by Kamsa and get liberated. But the point here is that for all of us, what we need to understand is Krishna will not appear if we have these bad qualities and these anarthas. Krishna appears in a pure heart. So Devaki's womb now is the place of bhakti, of pure devotion. So now her womb will be ready for Krishna to appear. But even before that, we have Lord Balaram. Everybody knows this, that Lord Balaram comes first before Krishna appears, right? Who is Lord Balaram? And what does he represent? And what does his appearance mean? Today we are talking about Janmashtami, so we won't go into Balaram Jayanti. But just a little bit of background. Balaram represents the Guru Tattva. He is the original Guru, right? What does a Guru do in our life? Any Guru, whether it is a material or spiritual Guru. A Guru takes away ignorance, right? All of us. When we go to school, why are we going to school for? Because we are getting knowledge. Where there is knowledge, there is no ignorance. Ignorance is darkness. Knowledge is light. Correct? So Lord Balaram comes to prepare the womb so that his Lord and Master Krishna can enter this womb. The same way in each one of our lives, the spiritual master acts as Balaram. He takes away these anarthas that are in our heart, in our minds. What were the 6 anarthas that we spoke about? The bad qualities. 6 bad qualities. Let's hear them again. Yes, very good. In English? Greed, pride, and illusion. So, now, any of us can say that we don't have this quality, one or all of these qualities in less or more degree. We all do, right? If we have this quality, in our hearts, Janmashtami will not be celebrated because Krishna will not appear. So our gurus, our acharyas, our spiritual masters are coming to clean this heart of all these qualities. We will hear about how that happens. Okay? So the internal significance significance of Janmashtami we are trying to understand. We have understood that Krishna appears in this world. The reason Krishna appears in this world obviously is he wants to take all of us, lost souls, who are in this material world, back to where we belong. I have a question for all of you. Is this place your permanent home? No. What is your permanent home then? Anybody, what's your permanent home? Do you know where your permanent home is? Does anybody know where your permanent home is? Yes, some nods. Please, whoever knows, please tell me. We can enlighten everybody else. What is your permanent home? Golokatha. Your permanent home is with Krishna. The question may be asked, why? How? Because we all are eternal souls. We are not this body. This body has a time span. 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, 100 years. The body will perish. What does not perish? The soul. The soul is neither born nor does it die ever. For the eternal soul, how can the permanent home be in the temporary world? The permanent soul needs a permanent home. That permanent home is the spiritual world with Krishna. So Krishna is coming time and time again in various avatars to take us back. Correct? He wants to take us back. Because what we are trying to do here, and this very lovely analogy to explain, what we are trying to do here is find permanent happiness. Like a person who is drowning in the ocean is trying to stay dry. Can he stay dry if he is in the ocean? He cannot. He is bound to get wet. If we are in this material world, we are bound to be influenced by the material qualities and get caught in this prison. Correct? But Krishna is coming time and time again, or he is sending his representatives to take us back to the permanent world. So, like we said, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare our hearts to welcome Krishna so that Krishna can appear. How does the cleansing of the heart take place? We will look at that in just a bit. Why do you think the cleansing of the heart is important? One reason we spoke about that Krishna needs to appear. The other thing is, unless you have a pure heart, a pure mind, even if Krishna is standing in front of you, you will not be able to see him. You know, we know the pastime, and since you all have watched Mahabharata, majority of you, Krishna goes to the court of Duryodhana. Remember that pastime? Where Krishna says to Yudhishthira Maharaj, I will be your messenger, I will go to the court of Duryodhana and I will try to avoid this war. He goes to the court of Duryodhana, and Duryodhana, full of pride and envy, what does he do? He asks his guards, capture this man. He is come from the enemy side. At that time, there are 3 or 4 times Krishna shows his universal form. Anybody knows what the universal form is? When Krishna shows his vast, yes, Mataji knows, yes, Virat Swarup, where you can see the entire, all the universe, all the gods and everything. That is his universal form. So Krishna shows that even before he shows us on the battlefield, he shows his universal form to Duryodhana in the court. Right? What Duryodhana says? Oh, he's some kind of a mystic yogi. He's got some powers. You know, in India, yogis have some powers. You know, they do this, okay, let me bring some holy dust and zoom, and here the dust comes. Anybody ever seen those kinds of things? I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but heard of those at least, right? So Duryodhana thinks that Krishna is just a mystic yogi. So what is happening here? Krishna is present in front of Duryodhana, but Duryodhana cannot see that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Correct? You can only see Krishna if you have the eyes filled with devotion. There is a beautiful verse in the Brahma Samhita where it says,
Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. Meaning, if you don't have the eyes which is filled with love and devotion, even if Krishna is standing in front of you, you will not be able to see.
So, now we know this, we've understood this. What are we going to do about it? What is the next step? We want to see Krishna. We want to be able to have his darshan. Correct? So then,
it is explained by our acharyas, it is also explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How many of you know and heard of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Quite a few of you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna. Correct? He has come to tell us, to teach us how we can make our hearts ready for Krishna's appearance. Have eyes filled with devotion so that we can see when Krishna appears. And what does he say? Mahaprabhu says, Krishna is present in his full potency in the holy name. Krishna is none other than the holy name. It says in Kali Yuga, Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. We spoke about how Krishna comes in various forms. We've heard that Krishna comes as Lord Ram, as Narsingadev, Matsya Avatar, Kurma Avatar, many avatars. In Kali Yuga, Krishna has come as his holy name. So, he is making it so easy for us. In previous yugas, you had to perform so many austerities in order to purify your heart. Right? You had to do various yajnas. You had to fast for so many years. You had to do temple worship. Here in Kali Yuga, what is Mahaprabhu saying? What is Krishna saying? Just chant the holy names of the Lord. Krishna has invested all his potencies in the holy name. You know, Krishna has different kinds of qualities. And we talk about the 6 qualities where, you know, he is he's all attractive. He can renounce anything. He's got all the wealth, he's got all the fame, he has everything. All those potencies are present in the holy name of the Lord. All that we have to do is raise our hands up, high, and chant the holy names. Let's do that, let's practice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Our acharyas say that Nam Chintavani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, in the name, that holy name has got all the potencies of Krishna's wealth, attraction, renunciation, everything. Is it difficult to chant the holy names of the Lord? Somebody said yes. No, all of you. A genuine question. Is it difficult to chant the holy name? There are no rules. There are no regulations. It doesn't say that you have to be educated, you have to be rich, you have to be a brahmana, you have to have MAs and PhDs and God knows what else. No rules at all. No rules at all. And what will happen when you start chanting the holy name? What were the results that we were looking for so that Krishna will appear in our heart? What were the 2 things that we spoke about? Purification of heart and mind, and be able to see Krishna. So, what is the chanting of holy name doing? It is cleansing the heart. It is purifying our heart. Slowly. It is cleansing. Like how when a mirror is, there's a layer of dust on the mirror, you can't see your reflection. But if you clean that, you can see your reflection very clearly. Correct? So by chanting the holy name, Krishna is able to appear, and that is is the real meaning of Janmashtami. You want Krishna to appear in your heart. You want to celebrate Janmashtami knowing that I am on the path of getting rid of my anarthas, of getting rid of all these qualities which are not needed. Right? So I am slowly cleaning my heart so that Krishna will appear in my heart.
It is said that
Somebody may say that, but I am not pure. Yes, that is correct. We are not pure. And then there is this beautiful verse which I am going to recite from our scriptures. And it says, Om Pavitro, Om Apavitro, Pavitro Va Sarva Vastam Gato Viva Yasmarat Pundarikaksha Sabhaya Abhyantaram Suchihi. And what that means is, it doesn't matter whether you're pure or you're impure. Krishna's holy name will purify everything. It says Antar Bahar, meaning inside, outside. Whether you're impure or you're pure, just by chanting the names. So again, we have no excuse. We may say I'm not pure, and that is correct. But we have no excuse not to chant the holy name. Krishna has appeared in his holy name. He is very merciful. He is like a loving father waiting for all of us to turn towards him so that he can take us out of this ocean of material miseries. When a person is drowning in the ocean, by his own effort, he is not able to survive. What he needs somebody to come on a boat and throw him a raft, a life-saving raft, or a rope that he can hold on to and pull himself up onto the ship. This holy name is that rope. This holy name is that raft which Krishna is throwing at all of us. Unfortunately, 99% of the people in this world don't care to hold on to that rope. They are struggling in the ocean. They are wet. They want to become dry, but they don't want to take help. They think by my own endeavors I will be able to do that. The fact is, by our own endeavors, this material world, which is Krishna's energy, is very difficult to overcome. So if we want to understand the internal significance of Janmashtami, and if we want to celebrate Janmashtami within our hearts, all of us have the opportunity now to clean our heart by chanting the holy name and get ready. And then we can celebrate Janmashtami every single day. You will be surprised to hear in Vrindavan, all the festivals are celebrated every month. It is not that Janmashtami comes only once a year. In Vrindavan there are so many temples, and each temple is celebrating Janmashtami every other day. So if you are there, you can take part in Janmashtami celebrations every day. And today, because of Mahaprabhu's mercy and because of our Acharya's mercy, we can celebrate Janmashtami every single day. Isn't it? If we are able to purify our heart by chanting the holy name. Okay, so I will stop here. And I welcome you all to obviously enjoy the celebrations that we are having here. And go back thinking that I want to celebrate Janmashtami every single day in my heart. And I have the ability to do that. We all have it because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. We all can turn towards Krishna because He is with us. He is in each and every living entity as the Super Soul. And the moment we turn to Him and we ask for help, you will be surprised the way He comes running towards you. So I pray for all of you and for all of us that because of Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of Iskcon, we all have the opportunity today to turn towards Krishna, to have these kinds of celebrations, to be able to welcome Krishna in our hearts, in our homes, in our community. So let us not ever miss this opportunity of coming together and celebrating these festivals and of welcoming Krishna in our homes. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.